In this video, I offer a useful model for how to understand social class a little bit better, and I focus in on Mr Birling and his relationship to social class. If you find our video content useful, then like, subscribe and ring the bell to receive notifications for our new releases. It may help to think of social class as a ladder, with the lower classes at the bottom and the upper classes at the top, with various points in between those. Imagine that this is a ladder that is crowded with people, so it's pretty difficult to move in either direction. For example, if you started as a member of the lower classes, then you'd be unlikely to climb into the middle classes. Where you start on that ladder is almost entirely determined by the family that you're born into. But through hard work or good or bad luck, some people may find that their position on the ladder alters. Let's apply that to Mr Birling. We don't know a lot about Mr Birling's upbringing, but we do know that he was born into a lower class than his wife, Priestley tells us in his opening stage directions. He's done well for himself though, so appears to have climbed that social ladder. He's able to provide his family with a fancy lifestyle, and he's in line for a knighthood, which would be a prestigious title. In spite of this, he still feels inferior to the Crofts, who are very much an upper class family near the top of the ladder. Even though Mr Birling hints at his lower class origins at the beginning of the play, it's hard to believe that he had that poor an upbringing. After all, it's difficult to imagine Sybil agreeing to marry somebody too far beneath her. However, Birling's success in business does prove that it's possible to move up the class ladder, although by this point in his life he has no interest in enabling others to follow his route. We see this through his disinterest in workplace inequality, when he denies his staff a pay rise, and his focus on protecting his own status and wealth, an ongoing concern for him during the inspector's investigation. At the time of the play's action, Birling and his children are firmly upper middle class. They are contrasted to the working class likes of Eva Smith, who suffers at their hands. Priestley's presentation of class in the play is seen by some critics as too simplistic. Very generally speaking, in an Inspector Calls, the upper class characters are heartless and unsympathetic, whilst the working class are blameless victims. However, Priestley might argue that this is a morality play, so he's creating broad stereotypes in order to express some general ideas about class. Characters are intended to represent elements of society, not necessarily to be realistic in their own right. The play's main moral is that everyone in society is connected, and it's the responsibility of those that can to look after the vulnerable. And this could become lost if too much detail were given to each character. The information in this video is available in written form in our Inspector Calls revision guide, and you can find a digital copy of this on the Twinkle website at the link below. The guide also features some advanced considerations on the inspector and social class. You'll also find a whole load more free video content on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.